The American broadcast company, better known as ABC, is almost assuredly up for sale. The Walt Disney Company ready to jettison it and other channels in a massive transaction should it occur. We have heard through sources that it is indeed on the way, and restructuring may be happening behind the scenes at the House of Mouse. Now, however, some are beginning to throw down truth bombs. They claim that ABC and ABC News were only kept for so long because Bob Iger wanted in with politics. Happy day, friends out there. Hope you are having a good one wherever it is. We hope you're having a beautiful day. Today we are talking about entertainment and explaining the culture curve, keeping you ahead of all of that. One thing, though, that we have disdain for doing, let's say, is entering into the realm of politics. However, today we do have to cover an area, a topic that does intersect with it to some degree. We will tread very carefully, though, so hang with us. And if you like content like this, consider clicking the like button. This comes from Fox News, so whatever you may think of Fox News, listen to the rest of this video with that understanding, however you want to filter that. Disney's potential ABC sale could have major ramifications for network's news division, high-paid anchors. Disney insisted it's not selling ABC at this time. This was published September 18th, so why are we covering it today? Well, folks, we're covering it because we have had sources reach out to us, and we have had information break publicly that very much makes it look like Disney is selling ABC. Go check out the video in the description. We've got the link if you want to see why we believe that indeed Disney is selling ABC. However, the food fight that's going to begin, this could get ugly, and it could get ugly for one, Bob Iger. Disney insisted it's not selling ABC at this time. Last week, amid ongoing speculation, but the company admitted it's open to a variety of strategic options for the network, and a sale could have major ramifications for ABC News. Disney's statement followed Bloomberg report from Thursday that found the media giant held exploratory talks with TV station operator Nexstar Media about possibly selling off ABC. Note, folks, we now know, and we have shown documents on this video that demonstrate that Nexstar Media is restructuring on their end. They are hiring advertising agents across the nation. Wonder why they're doing that. Media mogul and stand-up comic Byron Allen also made a massive offer bid to buy ABC. Allen Media Group confirmed to Fox News Digital. Notice that offer was $10 billion with a B. Probably a bit of a low ball, but we'll see. Once news of a potential sale began to make headlines, ABC News staffers quickly expressed concern to liberal media allies. CNN's media newsletter on Thursday was labeled Anxiety at ABC and quoted staffers who said everyone is freaking out and it's all anyone at work is talking about. And yes, that does line up exactly with what we have been hearing, not only at ABC, but at Disney advertising sales and at other locations around the Disney company, that morale is about as low as it can go. People are doing the bare minimum because they are deeply concerned about their livelihoods. That's exactly lining up with what we've heard. However, let us say this, that because we like to play it fair and balanced, as Fox News often says they do in this paragraph, were this written by a liberal site, you would see it phrased differently, I'm sure. We know where we're at, and it's not that I'm trying to be negative about Fox News. I'm just saying I know that Fox leans towards the establishment right, and that almost all the other news outlets out there lean to the left or are very strong to the left. And so, yeah. In July, Disney CEO Bob Iger hinted that ABC may not be core to the business, but he has also said he's ridiculously passionate about news. Well, there's a reason he's passionate about news. Hang on, folks, we're going to get to it. Bankers have suggested Iger would be better off selling ABC, as the Walt Disney Company would be extremely attractive as purely an intellectual property company. Now, what are they talking about there? Well, Disney would be extremely attractive as purely an intellectual property company. Well, they're talking about somebody who would want to buy Disney, right? And so we've talked about in the past, if we're going to see Disney actually sold to anyone, i.e. Amazon or Apple, number one, it's a massive hurdle to ever see that happen because of all the restrictions that various governments around the world would impose to prevent monopolistic kind of concepts taking place inside the market. But if they were ever to be sold, this is essentially saying that, yeah, they've got to sell ABC, and that's just the start. They would need to sell other stuff too in order to get down to being an intellectual property company. Not sure how that would line up with the parks either. Many industry insiders and watchdogs alike have insisted network TV news is becoming obsolete for years. but ABC's newscasts still draw serviceable audiences able of turning a profit. Good Morning America has been averaging nearly 3 million viewers each morning, and World News Tonight is typically the most watched newscast on broadcast TV. Now, where do we get to the interesting part of this, though? Well, it's right here where it says anchors Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, Michael Strand, and David Muir are paid handsomely. It goes on to talk a little bit about how much they're paid. But here's the big headline, folks, that I think we need to focus on, because it really speaks to whether or not Bob Iger has been spending money judiciously inside the company, or whether or not he has used the company to elicit political favors and garner political praise. Here's the quote. This from Matt Maloney of Puck, YouTube, Puck with a P. They're basically the new newspapers. When all these private equity firms came in and bought newspapers because they recognized that maybe you don't have to pay the anchors of Good Morning America a combined $75 million a year to anchor a morning TV show whose ratings are probably not going up a whole lot in a new environment, Maloney said. Maybe you fire them or let their contracts expire and bring in cheaper anchors, he continued. You can make the extra money there. Those are the things that some kind of private equity owner or some kind of value owner would do to ABC. In other words, you would fire some of these anchors who are paid exorbitant amounts of money. A longtime network news executive singled out Stephanopoulos, saying there is no known universe in which he's worth his current salary. He was given that contract because he provided Bob Iger with access to the Obamas and the Bidens, the long-term network news executive said. Now, isn't that interesting? What would a family entertainment corporation, what would they be doing trying to garner praise from either side of the aisle? Why would a family children's cartoon company and theme park company want to be ingratiated with partisan politics? Isn't that strange? He was given that contract because he provided Bob Iger, not Disney, Bob Iger, not Disney, Bob Iger, with access to the Obamas and the Bidens. Can you imagine if it was on the other side? I cannot. Indeed, Stephanopoulos' ties to powerful Democrats obviously run deep, as he cut his teeth as a key figure in Bill Clinton's White House in 1994. A New Republic feature headlined, "The Kids Are All Right," well, sort of, in praise of the Stephanopolites, detailed his close relationship with Ron Klain, and went on to serve as Biden's first chief of staff. Others within the industry feel Stephanopoulos' political connections are critical to the network, especially ahead of a presidential election. ABC News did not immediately respond to a request for comment. You see, folks, the whole deal about ABC and ABC News and why Iger has held on to these properties, why Disney is spending massive amounts of money, well, it seems to be that it's about politics. It's about political connections. It's about saying the right things for the right people. Keep in mind here, lest you believe that old pro is leading you astray, lest you believe that, you have to do this because if you're Iger, if you're Disney, you have to make friends with both sides. Well, that's definitely not happening. Unless you think that, the left is the institutional power right now, and thus Disney has to make friends there. Consider for a moment the Obamas, if we take out the politics of this, they're on Netflix. They're paid handsomely by Netflix. They are enriched and their wealth greatly increased by Netflix. They're the competition. So what does Disney have in its interest to try to get in close with the Obamas? It doesn't seem that they have any more interest in that than trying to get in close with David Zaslav. It just doesn't make any sense until you consider that Iger himself is benefited by being politically savvy, and that Bob Iger himself, per leaks that we've seen and read about that seem to be verified, that Bob Iger was holding deeply political talks inside Disney and promoting political ideals that he holds. When you consider that Bob Iger himself in his later years may have become a political ideologue who is interested in socio-political change through the vehicle that is Disney, taking Walt's dream and turning it into a partisan cudgel, well, then you begin to understand what this is all about. Then the MCU makes sense. Then the Forces Female makes sense. Then it all makes sense why Bob Iger brought in people like Ton Newton and instituted Reimagine Tomorrow, and why those leaked videos that were so damaging came out. It makes sense why Bob Chapek had to go. It makes sense why his consultant, who was a down-the-road moderate guy out of the Bush clan. Jeff Morrell, a Pentagon guy, why he had to go and why his beliefs were unacceptable to Disney. It's because Bob Iger is now a political player. He wanted to run for president, but he is a political player, nevertheless, even though that campaign never manifests. Folks, we just wanted to bring this to you because as we believe ABC is getting ready to be sold, know that the value of ABC News to Bob Iger has been the political side of it. The ability to formulate a message through the news side of ABC and promulgate that throughout all of the various affiliates with ABC, and then to push that message out to all of the access media types who parrot whatever ABC and other news organizations are saying. Without this in place, Disney will be significantly diminished by not having a news division that can carry, quote unquote, the message. How will Disney compensate without a news division? Well, that has yet to be seen. We'll find out. And for those of you out there who, as I read a Fox News article, said, "Oh, Pro, it's Fox News," or you said, "Oh, Pro, finally, you're reading Fox News." Well, there was some big news about Fox News today in terms of Rupert Murdoch and giving the news division over to his son. Pay attention to that, because there may be a day in the future where reading Fox News means something completely different than it has meant in the past. Folks, how did I do today? Did I walk the line? Did I avoid making this partisan? And did I keep it clear-headed and fun to listen to? Let me know down in the comments below. I covet your comments. I care about what you think. Like, share, subscribe if you like content like this. And when you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. The Pro Show is live today at 5 p.m. Eastern Time if you're watching this video at the time of its release. We have a major scoop, we believe, about the Walt Disney Company. It's a big one, and we're going to bring it out during the Pro Show live. You do not want to miss being there when that happens. So get ready. We're going to talk about one app to rule them all. And folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, you see, I wanted to get some inside scoops on Disney and their different corporations, if you know what I mean. So I figured by looking into this fistbowl and sucking it randomly with my own energy that I pay for, you paid for, I could do the whole experience where you can be a master and spy on your targets.
You're an idiot. If you want to get the inside scoop on Disney, or even other media organizations, you should check out thatparkplace.com and subscribe to WDW Pro's YouTube channel. That'd be way easier, more accurate, and, less dumb.
Are you saying I won't get accurate information this way?
No, you can't.
Who'd have think?